Hello and welcome to this episode.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
You couldn't even wait until I'd done the intros.
I was trying to hold it up.
You actually shat yourself, didn't you? Actually shat yourself.
No.
It wasn't a fart, it was a shart.
At least it wasn't on the floor this time.
Oh god.
I'm not wiping that sofa clean.
I apologise, that one might be a bit ripe. I feel like we should probably, right, for context, because this reference has been made a few times. Long story short, I had a
You've
nap.
already
I woke
told
up
this
at-
story
I-
at
I'm
least.
sure I've already said this.
Yeah, you've told this.
already
I think
told
you've told this story twice now.
You voluntarily told the world you shat on
Okay,
me.
I'll leave it
Don't worry
then.
about it.
I'll leave
We've
it
all been there. We haven't, but we've all been there.
Metaphorically. Symbolically, you were there with me.
Exactly.
Symbolically, we've all had a liquid shit on the bathroom floor. Andrew's the only one who's actually gone the extra mile. But
Go on,
welcome
what is it?
to the We Pay For Your Floor podcast. My name's Phil.
I'm-
Master of Darkness.
And I'm Sarah.
And in today's episode, we're going to be talking about moustache accompaniments.
Ooh.
Sarah, what would you put in your boyfriend's moustache, of which I'm very well aware he has? That is a...
So, Sarah, your
sinister
vagina.
thing.
I'm glad you said it, Phil.
Oh.
Because I'm a lady and I wouldn't say such uncouth things.
Hey, it's lips on lips, you're just kissing.
Such as saying that his moustache is an excellent seat. Anyway!
Oh my.
How is it as an exfoliant?
Oh.
Not very good.
'Cause
I mean, I imagine you have eczema though. So
Yeah, but not down there. Not down there.
I'm not saying you have eczema down there.
No,
yeah,
but
just rub your
do you know what?
rub
It's
your arm
actually
against
not.
them.
It actually, because obviously I'm allergic to it, aren't I? Because it's,
Oh yeah, because the hairs.
Because
Yeah.
I think it's too brittle.
Ah.
You know, like you've got that. Shit, sorry, I'm glad it was empty. Sorry.
It's all
you're
right.
So that's great because it's kind of like.
For the purpose of the tape, Sarah is molesting a cow.
You know what the funny thing is? That's not far from the truth either.
Because it's like textured. There's textured and then there's just wire brush.
The selfish.
And then there's
Selfish.
Yeah.
So the lesson out there for all you people listening is it's okay to molest a cow as long as it's textured.
As long as it's textured, it's a great exfoliator. I'm just saying. When Chris, oh, what's your name again? Phil. That's it.
We do a podcast together.
We are functional adults.
I'm a fucking manager. In that petrol
That thought sometimes scares me.
When you get eczema, Phil, and you're flaking, I'm just directing you to that pillow because it would be great.
In all
Well,
fairness,
no,
in
what-
the
what
winter,
I'm gonna do
when
is-
it disappears in the winter, we know exactly where it's gone.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is
Is it
just,
snowing?
I'm just going to peel all of my skin off. It'll
Oh,
maybe take
so
a while, but I'll get the veg peeler out. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I'll just roll around in a bit of salt.
Oh,
That'll even
That
me out.
actually caused a visceral reaction in my arms. Then I got like goosebumps all down the back of my arms.
Hey.
Because I'm jealous.
Hey.
'cause I love
I have to go. You're quite right.
You made me laugh out of far.
I can die happy now. They're the best part.
It's your turn next. We've had him 2 seconds in.
Right.
2 seconds
So-
in, lasting for 60.
Right,
Go
so
on, sorry.
I'm just going to very quickly explain, because we've made a couple of references to this over the last few episodes, and I feel like I should probably explain why. So,
You picked a fight with
But-
the floor and
yeah,
lost.
yeah.
But before that,
Oh yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Sarah, how's your floor?
Horizontal.
You've done your homework, I see.
It is acceptable.
Anyway, so we've made a couple of references to this over the last few episodes, so I feel like I'm just gonna explain the story now and get it over with. Although this is gonna be going out a fair few weeks after all of this happened
It's like
and
there's no
finishes
surgery.
happening. So essentially, what happened was, on the day of recording, it is Friday the 18th of June. The previous Saturday, which was the 12th, I want to say. I think it was the 12th. Excuse me. This is the Gassy episode. Anyway, I believe it was the 12th. I'm just going to double check so I have the exact date. Are you quite alright?
This is the best recording session we've ever had!
Anyway, in your vagina, Sarah.
Sorry,
No.
yeah, go ahead.
So, well, on Saturday the 12th, so this was like just less than a week ago at the time of recording, Phil and I went to go and have our first COVID jabs. Which, you know, it's important. Please go out and get your vaccines. It is important that you get vaccinated. You know, COVID is real. People have died.
Yeah.
Stop being an idiot.
Aye.
And I don't care if you get offended at me saying that. Anyway, for the purpose of the state, Sarah's putting her middle finger up. Anyway, so on Saturday just gone for us, we went to go and have our first COVID jabs. We walked just under a mile to get to the chemist. And we went and had them done. Absolutely fine. Just went, literally, gave our names, went in, got the jab, sat in the waiting area, because if you haven't had yours yet, basically what you have to do is after you have it, they have to have you wait 15 minutes just to make sure you don't have a reaction to it, which, you know, is logical and understandable. So I sat in the waiting area. Phil comes and joins me a couple of minutes later, because he went into a different booth to get yours done. So I sat...
And I also went in later than you.
Yeah, you went in a little bit later than me, because I was booked in 5 minutes earlier. So we're sat next to each other, but there's like a plastic screen between us.
Yeah.
So we can't really hear each other that well, because we're not trying to be loud, because, you know,
It was
we're
a
in chemist.
blessing.
Fuck off. So we're sat there. My 15 minutes is actually done at this point. I'm just waiting for Phil's to be done.
Yeah.
Because mine started at around 2 o'clock, and this was around 2:15. I start to feel a little bit tired. Oh, no, sorry, before I go into the main bit that happened, I was sat reading the leaflet of all the side effects. Because that was a smart move.
So did that spiral you?
And it doesn't really help either, and this isn't me saying that you caused my fainting,
Sorry.
but it didn't help that you also said that you felt really ill
Sorry.
after your first jab.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I was
yeah.
sort of sat there thinking, oh god, we're going to be really ill when we get home. So then I was reading the side effects, and I just kept starting to worry more and more and more. I felt very hot, dizzy. Momentarily, I sort of put my head backwards against because there was like a shelf or a board behind where I was sat. Put my head back. Next thing I know, well, in my mind anyway, I was now home, hanging out with Sarah. And then next thing I know, I sort of come round, not knowing I'd gone unconscious. And the first thing I see is a room that looks fairly medicinal, because we're in a chemist.
Yeah.
So my first thought was, when did my bedroom get so medicinal?
Yeah.
Then I heard Phil, and was like, huh? And then I said to Phil, Phil, are you alright? Because he looked very panicked. He was like, are you alright? You're the one who just passed out and face planted the floor. Yeah, so what happened was I fainted, fell forward off of my chair, smashing face first into the floor and breaking my nose. So that was fun.
So you were sat back, but you fell forward?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Or
so
I might have leaned forward as I fell unconscious, but
and
the
then
last
just
thing I remember was leaning
face-planted.
backwards.
Yeah, yeah.
So then I must have just gone.
To be
"Whoop," and then
fair,
fallen.
you feel really well, don't you? You feel alright, don't you?
Yeah.
Feel better than you thought
Feel
you did.
feel
yeah.
fine.
Oh.
So yeah,
Your swelling's
fell-
gone down loads as well, so.
Yeah, it has, thank
Yeah,
God. Yeah, because
yeah.
Sarah was there the day of the incident because we were having a barbecue.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I broke my nose, had a few cuts and scrapes, woke up with a lot of blood all over me. I thought I had a nosebleed. No, it turns out it was all coming from one tiny cut at the top of my nose. And they sort of patched me up. They sort of, just stopped the bleeding, made sure I was alright, and then said, maybe go to hospital and make sure that you don't have any concussion. Didn't know at this point my nose was broken. I just thought I'd hit it really hard. Went to the hospital. Went to A&E. Signed in. Explained what happened. Did my initial checkup before, because this is where they put you on a tiering system to decide how urgently you need to go and get examined. Did my checkup, and the nurse went, oh, well that looks broken. made me feel fucking great. So I was like, oh god, what if they have to fix it here and now? I'm not ready for this.
Yeah.
Luckily they didn't, but it turns out my nose was very much broken. So for this last week I have had a broken nose, which is healing. The swelling has gone down, but it is, I don't know if you can tell, but if I look straight,
I
it's
can't tell at
that
all.
way a
I
bit.
can't see it. Any difference.
It's still a bit tender if I touch it.
Yeah.
But basically on Tuesday, so in a few days, as of the recording, I have to go into the hospital and have a man snap my nose back into place.
You do realise they have a bit of equipment to do that, don't you, as well, when they do that?
I don't know.
It's a hammer and a chisel.
Don't.
It's not a hammer and a chisel.
I know. Just the thought went through me.
It's not. It's fine. It's called the pinchies.
The pinchies.
The
But anyway,
pinchies.
the point is, I already have a broken nose, which is healing, so I have to go to the hospital again on Tuesday to have my nose broken again to be put back in place.
Yay!
Essentially. So that's the week I've had.
Yay!
Anyway, now that's out of the way, Sarah, you had a topic for us.
Yes, I have a topic. So you know, the parents aren't too far away. I walk to mums and dads now, and then
Yeah.
obviously I help out when I can. And obviously more and more people are out because a lot of things have like almost completely lifted now. Most of the lockdown, so there's a lot of people. Kids are still at school at the minute, so I was
A lot
walking.
of people vaccinated as well. So.
Well, so a lot of people are outside, aren't they?
Yeah.
So that makes for more social interactions that I've not had to do for like over a year. So I was walking back, and it struck me how much I hate being around people. I know this is like, I've said this because I hate people, whatever. But I mean, like, even walking, you know, like when someone's walking in the same direction you are, but they're walking slightly slower. So you have to do that really socially awkward sort of overtake.
Yeah.
Don't look them in the eye, don't look them in the eye, don't look them in the eye. And you have to kind of like speed up at the same time whilst hoping that they don't mention anything. So my subject for today is social awkwardness. Okay? And the amount...
Andy, you have the floor.
That...
Oh no, the floor had you.
But
I'm sorry.
these are things...
Ah, you pillock!
These are like... They're not even actually including any social aspect to it. So really these people are just thinking about what they're having for their tea, and I'm going, oh my god, we're gonna do this, you know, it's that oh my god, I can't look them in the eye, I can't say anything. Or even worse, someone's walking in the opposite direction and you have to cross.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you make eye contact? Do
Nope.
you smile? Do you
Nope.
put your head down? Do you put your head up and then just look through them? I hate it. Hate it.
Yeah, I'm okay with overtaking people because I
Your
have
long legs,
stupidly
yeah,
long legs,
yeah.
and I've
You just step over them.
yeah, I have to, especially with people like my sister, who
Yeah.
is
Oh, she's
incredibly.
small.
No, she's useless.
Oh no, she's
No,
lovely.
you didn't. You met her like maybe once for
Couple
a
times.
couple of hours,
I've met a couple times.
and for the majority of that time, I think she was sat down, which makes her nicer
Okay.
because she's not walking slowly, but always in front of you.
Okay. Right.
She is the slowest person,
Okay.
but she will somehow always find her way in front of me. So I have gotten to the point where I don't care about overtaking people. It's like, you are in my way. This is your fault. If this is not rectified soon, you're going in front of the van. But the other way around, people coming toward me is like, no.
What do you do? What do you do? Do you look them? Do you look them in the eye?
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next time I go
What about the
outside in like
balls?
maybe 3 months' time.
Yeah.
Just
I will
eyeing them
just
up like a pigeon.
Yeah.
just straight eye contact,
Stare
and
down.
as they pass, I just turn my head and keep
carry on-
walking.
carry
at
on
them.
walking, he said
Carry
to
on
Kendall.
walking up the hill, but
Yeah,
keep. And I'm gonna
180
start
degrees.
training now so that I can have an owl neck and just rotate my head.
I wish I had the balls. I find that sort of passive social
Either that
interaction
or,
so awkward, and if anything, that plagues me more than any other social interaction.
if you prefer, take yourself in front of the van.
And then I wouldn't have
Then-
any
yeah,
social
no
interaction.
problem.
Was that you? Did you just use a fart to punctuate a sentence?
Punctuate.
No. But like it when you go into a shop and you have to, when you have to speak to the person at the checkout, you know.
I have one for this.
Yeah.
So if you remember,
No, you don't talk to them.
You just.
that-
Please let me go.
Hello.
You don't have self-checkout. This is really inconvenient.
Have the money thing.
Yeah.
You don't do the card. Have the money thing.
Yeah. The money. My card.
Bye.
No. Hey,
Love you.
go on, sorry,
Oh no.
What's your story? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, love you. What's your story? Sorry, Andy.
may I speak, Phil?
I don't know. May you?
So last Halloween, you might remember this. So last Halloween, I wanted to do a makeup look for Halloween. I don't really wear makeup. It's not my thing. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's just
Halloween.
I don't like wearing it. I don't really like the feel of it on my face. But it was Halloween, and I was inspired by a friend of mine's videos who did a Halloween. Did you just fart again?
No. Inspired by babies created by Pampers.
What?
You said
What?
you were inspired by. So all that came to mind for me was inspired by babies created by Pampers.
What? We really are in an ass-themed episode today. Just keep coming back to it. For once, it's not your vagina.
Inspired by Pampers. Go ahead.
Okay,
Yes.
I was inspired by a YouTube. Fuck off. I was inspired by a YouTube friend of mine called Maddie, who does makeup videos. She's incredible. We'll leave her channel in the description.
Oh, we should do.
Not that she gets way more views than we do, but you know, in case you haven't seen her,
She's
she
great.
does amazing makeup looks. So
Yeah.
I'll put her channel in the link
Definitely.
in the description. There we go. And she did a Halloween look that she wasn't that keen on. That was like all essentially spider webs around the eyes and like cobwebby sort of Spider Queen but glam like makeup look. And I saw this and I went, right, I know what I want to do for Halloween this year, because we were doing a Halloween quiz hosted by Lizzie, who was on the podcast a few episodes ago, and I was like, right, okay, pardon me. I was like, I really want to do this kind of look for Halloween. So I went to Boys down the road, because, you know, we were still kind of in lockdown at this point.
Yeah.
So a lot of places weren't open. Didn't want to travel to Meadowall.
No.
And I was like, oh, I know boys do makeup because I've seen it before. So I went in, and I had the awkwardness of being a person of the male persuasion.
Yeah.
Who, now this is not me saying that men cannot wear makeup. Men can wear makeup all they want. Power to them.
Yes.
I follow some men on Instagram who do incredible makeup looks.
Oh yeah.
Like, absolutely power to you. Any gender can wear whatever makeup you want.
Yeah. It's just our area.
But, yes. We live in the north of England. Not the...
north.
Yeah, in the north. Not the most progressive area for a lot of social issues. So seeing a man buying makeup...
And nail varnish.
And nail varnish is not necessarily the norm over here. It's something that would be commented upon.
Yes.
So I'm in the middle of Boys, on the makeup aisle, looking for an eyeshadow palette to try and do a look with.
Yeah.
All they had was some cheap shit,
Yeah.
and I was like, I just want something that has like a dark purple. And there's only one that I could find that had something of the colour I wanted.
Yeah.
But I had to go to, because I didn't know what I was looking for, because I was looking for a couple other things. I wanted eyeliner to be able to do the spiderweb look with. There was a nail polish I was looking for, because I wanted to do my nails black, which at the time I didn't do, but now I've actually started doing just normally, and I really like it. But I had the awkwardness of trying to ask the lady at the counter what I should get. But as soon as I said it, as soon as I called her over and asked her, you know, what should I get, this, and this, her first comment wasn't, oh, you should use this or whatever.
Yeah.
It was, oh, who are you getting it for?
Okay.
Because I'm a boy,
Yeah.
so why would I be getting it for myself?
Maybe,
so I
yeah.
suddenly had this really social awkwardness about, okay, I'm a man, so she's assuming I'm buying it for someone else, but I'm not. I'm actually buying it for myself to try and do a Halloween look.
Yeah.
Oh God, how do I work around this? I don't know how to handle it. It was just really awkward and uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't like it. Not because I was particularly embarrassed at what I was buying. It was more a case of the way that she'd said that made me think, oh God, she's going to think this is weird if I say it's for me.
Yeah.
So that was like a really petrifying social anxiety where Pardon me, Jesus Christ, we're really gassy tonight. Literally, like, for a good, like, 20 minutes, I was just stood in this shop not knowing what to do, because I was like, do I tell her? What do I do?
Yeah.
It was so awkward.
It is awkward, isn't it?
Because at one point she was like, oh, well, you could always just go and, like, I think she said, go next door, they've got some Halloween makeup, and I was like, oh, but I'm not looking for that.
Yeah.
And I think I ended up saying that it was for you, I think.
Oh, did you?
But at the time,
yeah.
even looking back now, I'm like, God, that was really awkward.
Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? Because, like, for me, those are very different circumstances and lots of different things attached to yours. There's, like, there's men wearing makeup, which is slightly different to walking in an opposite direction to someone. Obviously, they're very different opposite ends of the spectrum. But I like to think that, I think it is all in my head. Because this other person's not thinking, oh my God, probably they are actually thinking about, do I look them in the eye? Do I follow them home? Do I, marry them? They're not thinking that.
I think that's the thing. Like, one thing that my old therapist used to say quite a lot whenever I was getting anxious about social situations was, remember, everyone else is, for lack of I don't think this is the exact phrasing, but this is kind of how I interpreted it because I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
Everyone is the main character in their own story.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Other people are just extras or side characters that they're not going to care about.
Yeah.
Unless, like, you have a particular close relationship with them. So chances are, Brenda walking down the street does not give a shit about you walking past her in the street.
No, she's just an NPC.
Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, I suppose, isn't it? But yeah,
which means she can be killed and she'll respawn at the next server save.
It's interesting because, like, when you worked for what were they called again?
Home fundraising.
Home fundraising. When I worked for them for that, like, 2 awful weeks, imagine having that and then having to, like, knock on strangers' doors.
Oh God, yeah.
The amount of sweats and shitting myself moments. My very first one shouted at me, which I was like, can't get any worse than that. All right, let's go. But that was petrifying.
When
I thought I told you about the guy who called the police on us, right?
You
when
told
I was
me
briefly
that.
doing it.
You told me that. Yeah.
So you both had some pretty nasty experience because all 3 of us have worked for home fundraising at
Yeah,
some point.
briefly.
You're welcome, home.
Like, probably for the best. You started there after I had left and was no longer a team leader or just like a normal worky person.
Oh yes. Yes.
A grunt, if you will. If we're going by, like, video game standards again, for, like, the lower
actually,
minions.
Team Rocket.
A minion.
Team Rocket probably paid better.
Actually, yeah, probably.
You had some shit experiences, from what I understand, both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, to be honest, I expect that from that sort of
I
job.
had some shit experiences. There was the day where I was team leading and I was at... I can't remember the fucking name
The
of the
details
place
don't
now.
matter, Phil.
But we're over yonder, place between Crooks and Hillsborough,
Okay.
and it has those like tower blocks.
Yes,
Broomhill.
it has lots of hills as well, doesn't
it's not
it?
Broomhill.
No, it's like that. It's like a housing estate on a
Stanipith
hill, isn't
or
it? Yeah,
something
I know
like
what you
that.
mean. Yeah.
But it has all of that, all on the hill, and it was pissing down. It was a miserable day, and I was wearing my big, heavy, sort of woolen trench coat.
Oh wow.
Because it was the middle of winter.
Right. Okay.
So it was keeping me nice and toasty
Yeah.
until the rain hit, and then it was soaked through.
No.
It took 2 days to dry that fucking thing out.
Really? Oh my god.
It was a miserable day, not made any better by there being 2 miserable bastards on my team,
Right. Okay.
who, as I think I mentioned in the previous episode, we worked until 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
I sent these bastards home by about 6.
Right.
Which is a shame because anyone who's sent home after the first half hour or hour, they stay on your score.
Right. Okay.
Whereas if they're sent home pretty early, they get removed from your score. Any sign-ups for charity that they get, they still keep when it goes toward the charity, and that's all good.
But it's
But
not
for
the
your
team
team scores,
Right.
for how well your performance was for the day, they get removed because it's so early. It's like, oh well, it's fine, it doesn't count. It's like, no, this is like 3 hours in, they count.
Yeah.
It's like, great! I've got one bitch who's miserable and has gotten nothing. I've got one twat who tried to get something and then he got his paper wet and then he got angry and he walks away. It's like, why would you do that,
Oh
you
my
fucking
God,
idiot?
right.
So I just sent them both home.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I just left them at a bus stop.
Oh shit. Right.
It was just that because I had 2 other teammates to look after.
Yeah.
I was like, they're more than happy to be out here. it's pissing down in rain. I was like, we'll just go off and we'll have fun and
Yeah.
we'll talk to stupid people. It got to the point where we were having a bit of a laugh coming back down the hill, and the heavens really opened then, to the point where you could not see the road in front of you.
Oh my god!
And
It's fine rain.
I just threw my folder down that had all of my direct debit forms in it. It was in my bag.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
sort of threw that down on the floor and said, "What more are you gonna fucking do?" And I didn't.
In the middle of the street.
And I didn't care because this was pitch black anyway.
Oh,
No
okay.
one could probably hear me over the sound of fucking rain, like
Oh my God.
hitting the fucking walls and everything.
Yeah.
And it was nearly 9 o'clock anyways. He's like, "This is a great day."
Oh no.
One of my best days on that job though. Like after all of that, we still managed to somehow do quite well and had nice conversations.
Yeah.
And we may have spent a little bit too long in the pub.
That's the end to a good day. That is.
Oh no, not at the end.
Oh.
At the end of the day, surprisingly, 5 minutes past 9, no more rain.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
No more rain for the
Yeah.
rest of the night.
Obviously, yes.
I don't think it rained again until like 5 days later.
Because it shit on you. That
Yeah.
shit all of it on there.
Yeah, it decided, let's just fucking soak that lanky twat. But we actually spent, and it's fine because again, the company doesn't exist anymore, so I can say this, and I can't get into trouble because my manager doesn't exist anymore.
They're not dead.
Well,
They weren't wiped from existence.
well, you don't know. They go into the store cupboard and they never come out again.
I doubt this is a podcast.
Probably
for
fucking
them
the
anyway.
manager.
Um,
Oh no, I did that. Never mind.
You didn't fucking manage.
Yes, I
Bubbles
did.
wasn't the manager.
Yes, he was.
Was he?
He was the recruitment manager.
Oh, well,
He gave me my interview.
recruitment manager
Really?
doesn't count. That's a
I
title.
fucked him after he gave me the job.
That's a title to make someone feel special. I was recruitment
I felt
manager at
very
one
special,
point.
believe me.
Go on, you were saying.
But we'd spent a bit too long in the pub.
Okay.
Not after work, because we just went home
Okay.
and got dry,
Yes.
like you would.
Yes.
But you were really only given one break
Okay.
during
I can't
work.
remember.
It was like
Yeah.
half an hour,
You did it as a group. didn't
which
you?
I think either ran from 5:30 till 6 or 5 till 5:30.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. But we were always given an extra sort of 5-10 minutes later on in the day, usually around sort of like 7:30 or so, because you've been going for another few hours. It's nice to just take a bit of a breather. We had at least 45-minute break in the pub,
Nice.
where anyone who wanted one, I bought a half pint.
Oh, very nice.
Was that
Not a full pint, you stingy bitch.
no, because I was while I was technically breaking the rules, I was very good to
Yes.
obey the rules.
Yes, I know.
And
what
I
you mean.
had
Bending them.
bending the rules, yeah, because
Bending.
I had the company guidelines booklet
Okay.
on my person. I had
Okay.
it with me at all times.
Okay.
Is that Phil? We can't drink. We're on the job. Is that we're not knocking a door.
Okay.
We are in a public house.
Yeah.
We are sheltering from the rain
Mm-hmm.
on our allocated break time. Our allocated break time that's going to last longer than it should. And if you look under paragraph 3 of the rules,
within the
not even
lettering.
in the small print, it says quite clearly, you are allowed a half pint
Okay.
of alcohol, of beer or lager or cider or whatever, on your break, if authorised by your line manager. And I bent the rules saying, I'm in charge here. You're not going to say anything. I am technically your manager.
Yeah, 100%.
So, who wants a pint? Or
Yeah.
half a pint.
Yeah.
And then we found another little pub about an hour or two later and we sheltered in there.
Excellent.
And then we found another little pub about an hour later and we
Oh my
sheltered in there for
God,
about
that's so
15
funny.
minutes.
Yeah.
So that night was just being soaked and not getting drunk. Because we didn't get drunk.
No.
It would never be irresponsible
No.
at work.
Yes.
Never do that.
Of course, never
No.
do that.
No.
Mm-mm.
I've never been in training while I've been working from home and
No.
had maybe a little sip.
No.
No,
Nope.
no.
Tipple.
A little,
Tipple-ipple.
little tipple.
Nope.
But no,
Would
would never
never.
happen.
Nope.
But
Splosh.
certainly lighten the spirits.
Yes.
And I think
With
that
spirits.
that's what work needs more. More on the
Alcohol.
job drinking. It's the roundabout point I'm trying to
I
make
feel
here.
that would
Phil,
help
no,
with-
but my question is, Phil, how the fuck does this tie into social
No,
awkwardness?
I was just about to say, if anything, that would help with social awkwardness.
Yeah.
If I was drunk walking past someone, I wouldn't give a shit if I was making eye contact. Frankly, it would be a task for me to make eye contact.
If anything,
You're flipping a cocktail, what they
That's
call
it.
tumbler.
Yeah, I've got one of those helmets with a martini glass on either side.
With
and a
straw.
straw.
by the time we got into the second
But
pub,
like, they're also your glasses so it swirls around.
Yeah.
all awkwardness had gone out of the window by the time we got into the second
Oh,
pub.
okay, yeah.
Like that job
Good.
helped get rid of most social awkwardness. I think
Yeah.
I've managed to regather some of it now over the years.
You're now more socially
But
awkward.
back then, I was just I was initially a fragile little eggshell.
Look at you, it's fragile as a flat, we thought the same thing.
But after being a team leader for a couple of months, it was that. What? What do you mean you don't want to hear about the magical singing? Well, not the magical singing heartfish, but the magical fish that cures people's hearts. What do
Absolutely.
you mean you don't want to hear about that? And I sang a pitch through a woman's front window.
Excellent!
Did
I
you get
love
that
it.
sale? I can't remember.
No, because she had a baby in her hand.
Oh,
I was like,
Baby's ruining fucking a baby in one hand, a glass in the other.
Yeah.
It was that was that I could hear her vaguely
Cigarette in the mouth.
through our double
Yeah.
glazing. It was that was lovely. But I got the baby and I can't open the door or I'll drop him.
All done.
Put it down,
and,
then.
and all I was thinking of, you not got a sofa to put
No,
it
do you
on
not
or an
have
oven?
chairs or an oven?
Dead truth. I once had
As
a
opposed
guy.
to an alive truth.
Well, it could have been. Could have been. I once had a guy answer the door saying, I can't speak right now. I've got the baby in the oven. I mean, bath. Baby in the bath. Oven. Bath. Bye.
Okay.
So that's going to be on one of your true crime podcasts.
Yeah.
What do you think is the most? Obviously, you've had social jobs. You were as a salesman. You
As a
worked
salesman,
as
yeah.
well. You worked as a lifeguard. You worked as a salesman. What do you think is the most socially awkward? Maybe socially awkward experience, but I would like to know what's the most socially awkward thing to actually do, if that makes sense. So, like, for me, it is all the anxiety of fucking walking past someone on a street or walking towards each other and past someone on a street. I hate it.
So I get really panicky about how my hair looks, even though no one else gives a shit. But it's just because if
If it's even slightly messy, I'm like, oh god, everyone's going to think I'm a slob and I need to make sure it's a bit tidy,
What
which
is-
is why I always have a comb on me.
So what's, like, social-wise, so it's just being seen.
Yeah,
Is your
looking like
social
a mess.
anxiety.
Or like if I'm on public transport, I'm always worried like. Oh, I'm always
Yes.
like, I want to have my headphones in because I don't want to have to hear people.
Yes.
But if it's too loud, people are going to think I'm obnoxious. What do? There was one time when a kid was sat with his mum and the kid would not stop kicking the back of my chair and the mother wouldn't make him stop.
twat.
And I had to really resist the urge to turn around and just say, will you fucking stop this little shit?
Yeah. I think definitely on public transport. Second-hand awkwardness is a real epidemic.
Oh god,
But
yeah.
COVID, I get such second-hand, like, that's why I can't watch Come Down With Me, I can't watch reality shows.
So I was going to say, do you ever get it through TV shows
I
and stuff?
can't. Well, the only, I can watch Super Size but Super Skinny, but even then, if like someone slightly disagrees with the person in front of them, I'm like, oh my god, no, she disagrees with him. That's it. I can't handle it.
Oh, like that bint with the superiority complex the other night.
I get so cringy, and I think that's probably the worst is secondhand. Or if you see someone arguing on a bus, like.
Oh no, that
Oh,
if you
I hate it.
no, I know there's supposed saying you shouldn't eat food on like public transport on a bus or something for the convenience and sort of peace of other
Yeah,
people
yeah.
around you. But if you do just happen to have maybe a fruit pastel or something with you, an argument on a bus is then just dinner and a show. It's great.
I can't. because I can't look at it, but then I can't look away because it's like a car crash. But I feel so cringy. I'm like, oh my god, get me off this bus. I can't look at it anymore.
If you really want to look away, but you want to know what's happening,
reflection.
exactly.
Do
Look out the
Medusa
window.
it, yeah.
Look out the window and reflection. There you
I
go.
just can't. It's so fucking awkward. Or like I don't get influencers in the wild.
Oh god.
How do they have the gumption, the gall to walk out and just like move people out of the way to do a fucking TikTok dance in the middle of a restaurant?
Yeah.
The gall.
It's ridiculous.
The gall. Phil.
Yeah, like I used to think that I had somewhat developed balls,
Dropped, if you will.
but
Then you met
no.
Sarah.
Then I met Sarah and realised she has the biggest dick of all.
I don't have
Thank you,
that.
Sarah.
I don't have the. No, it's not social awkwardness. That's just a lack of shame. That's
Yeah.
what it is. A lack of shame, and I have so much shame. I cannot do that shit.
I'm
Even
trying to
like
think
taking
of
a
Which
picture of
reminds me,
food
I
in
need to
public.
drain the shame bucket. It's overflowing. If this sounds familiar, please do tell me and I'll find a different one.
Will do.
Driver attempts 30-mile journey with blank perched on car roof.
You haven't done this one.
Parrot.
Dog. Baby. IKEA bookshelf. Man in a sheet.
The hurdy-furdy.
Any
Parrot.
more
I
guesses?
think it's a parrot.
We're gonna go
Parakeet. Budgie.
Wait, balanced on top.
perched.
Or perched, okay.
Bird. A bird.
A
Seagull.
turbot.
Turbot.
It's not a turbot.
I'm going with some kind of furniture.
A macaw.
I'm going with like some kind of
A
furniture, like a
toucan.
sofa or an IKEA thing.
Blue
A blue booby. You're just going through birds.
A swallow.
A dodo.
A dodo.
It's nice to see that you know a fair bit about birds.
Oh,
About. I hope so. You've got your own.
Any other guesses?
Am I close with something to do with furniture?
Wagtail.
You're closer than a fucking
Sparrow.
blue booby.
Great tip.
Yes, you are.
Blue tip.
I think we all are at this
Robin
point.
redbreast. Brown bird.
A
Blackbird.
crumb.
A crow.
Starling.
A rook.
A Cramorant.
Pterodactyl.
Well, thank you very much for listening to Bird Watch this week.
Did you say pterodactyl?
Any one of those things.
Ra, the sun god of Egypt.
If we ever do a live version of this with cameras, it is going to be 50% of just you two pissing yourselves laughing about nonsense while I sit here
Flamingo.
with my hands in my head, or my head in my hands, or whatever.
Emu. Just go with long necks now.
You're running out of birds,
Owls.
aren't you?
Sweetie pie.
Short necks.
Eagle. A peregrine falcon called Shania.
A hawk. Peregrine. A grouse.
Grouse.
A pheasant. Is it none of those things?
Surprisingly, no.
Wait, I think we've still got some guesses in us.
I think I've run out of birds.
Oh, damn you.
Oh, sorry.
What?
Goose.
Raven. Oh God! Right, another car.
Swan.
Is it a car?
A mallard.
Heron.
Heron. Stork.
Crane.
Right,
Sorry.
Is
drive.
it another car?
Driver attempts 30-mile journey with shit.
Parakeets. Parakeets even.
I've already done parakeet.
Oh damn it.
This is why I didn't go into teaching. Fucking hell. I couldn't deal with a fucking class full of like 10, 15 times you two.
Yeah, I mean, then you would have already had the piss taken out because you'd been an English teacher called Mr. English.
Yes, laugh it up and sit in the fucking corner.
Seagull.
You'll have detention for the next 3 months.
Go
It's
on.
not a bird. The use of the word
Is it your mum?
perched here may be quite misleading. And no, it's not my mum, it's yours.
Turkey!
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Chicken.
What's the entire country doing on top of a car?
Poultry matters.
Poultry matters. Oh, okay, carry on. Oh, what was the question?
What's perched on this cunt's car?
Driver attempts 30-mile journey with shed perched on car roof.
I said, like.
You didn't say a shed.
I didn't say
You
a
didn't
shed.
say. You said furniture.
That is not a
shed
bird.
is not. I said it wasn't a fucking bird. I said that. Right. Replay. About 5 hours ago. I know it's been a long time listening to all the fucking avian species in the fucking planet and beyond, but I said it wasn't a bird.
Okay, it's a shed. Why did he have a shed on his?
Is it a bird? Is it a shed?
Is it a plane? No, it's a shed.
Well, I'll try and keep this brief
Yes,
because the
sorry.
whole time of the podcast has been
so
taken
sorry.
up of bird talk. But a driver who tried to travel 30 miles with a huge wooden structure strapped to the car has been shamed by police on social media.
Shame.
While many people will hold their hands up and driving around with a bit of flat pack furniture sticking out of the boot or carrying what appears to be an entire shed is probably putting it a bit too far. In what is bound to have attracted a few double takes, this red BMW was spotted by Avon and Somerset police. I should have probably stated this is from the Bristol Post.
Oh, okay.
Because that makes all the difference.
Yeah, 100%. Bristol sheds.
We would have never
Stories.
guessed pheasant if we'd have known it was in Bristol.
Bird of paradise.
Oh yeah.
A kiwi.
How much of the time that Phil has been reading this story have you been sat there trying to think of another bird that you can throw at him? Because let me tell you, I've been doing exactly the same. Cockerel.
Right, and that will do it for this episode of the We Pay For Your Floor podcast.
That's my job, you wank.
I've been Phil.
I think we've ruffled a few feathers.
And until next time.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
You will be, because we pay for your floor.
Sorry, Phil.
Sorry, we just took that joke and flew with it.
Right. I think it even restarted itself. Look, it went fuck off.
Oh my god. I just love that that's the ending, just us pissing. I love that you spent that entire news story sitting there just to go kiwi. And how did it take you that long to come up with goose? Goose. Was it a thrush?
Oh, how did I not think of thrush?
I don't know, you've got the
That's
vagina.
what I mean.
Finch.
Finch. Green finch. Damn it, I missed out. You're welcome for all the bird names.
Oh, don't worry, this is going in.
Yes.
Gassy bird talk.
A podcast most foul. Oh shit, I'm so sorry.